Moscow. On the opening day of this World Cup, Russia finally found happiness at Luzhniki Stadium. A history of low attendances, an accident, and continued underperformance by the national side had diminished the venue's standing in public memory. But buoyed by feverish home support, Russia thumped Saudi Arabia 5-0 in the first match of this World Cup. And now, everyone loves the Luzhniki. Luzhniki Stadium is my stadium. I love it, Russia's coach Stanislav Cherchesov was moved to say after his team's loss to Uruguay ensured that the hosts will return to their manner for their round of 16 tie against Spain. If home advantage is a thing, this Russian side will not experience it better anywhere else than at the largest venue of this World Cup. Spain play Russia at Moscow's Luzhniki Stadium in Sunday's early game at 7:30 p.m., followed by Croatia versus Denmark at 11:30 p.m. Spain will be favorites going into the clash against Russia. AFP. However, a stronger possibility is that Russia's tale may end where it started so beautifully. The 0-3 defeat to Uruguay exposed the fragilities which encumber their football, sobering the expectations which had soared in the first week of the World Cup. Set-piece defending is a particular concern, as Cherchesov discussed at the end of the group stage. Fortunately for Russia, though, Spain are unlikely to be as effective as the Uruguayans when it comes to corners and free kicks. However, the hosts will have to worry about penetrative passing, which is the hallmark of Spain. In the group stage, only Germany completed more key passes than the Spanish players, 228. With Isco, David Silva, and Andres Iniesta on the pitch, Russia will have to demonstrate excellent positional sense to deny gaps in the final third to the opposition. These two sides did meet in St. Petersburg last November for a friendly which finished in a dramatic 3-3 draw. However, the team composition back then was much different to what both sides have fielded in the World Cup. The change of manager for Spain may have brought alterations to their approach as well, if Cherchesov is to be believed. We've played against Julen Lopetegui's men and now we can see changes under Fernando Hierro. I won't go into detail, but the team plays differently. If there are any changes, they certainly do not reflect in personnel. But worryingly for Spain, its defensive problems have become more pronounced under Hierro. 5 goals conceded in 3 group matches raised plenty of eyebrows in the Spanish camp. Skipper Sergio Ramos, under the spotlight for his iffy displays, was keen to address the issue after the 2-2 draw with Morocco. This is an important warning. We have to make this a turning point because when you have a defense that's solid, that transmits a sense of security and decisiveness, then it's much more complicated for the other team to play against us. After all, a stingy approach to defending is what carried Spain to its greatest triumphs. When La Roja won 3 major tournaments in a row, beginning from Euro 2008, they did not concede a single goal in the knockout stages. Spain now hope that they can recover that air of invincibility as the World Cup enters a different format. Of course, the upheaval caused by the sacking of Lopetegui still looms large. His replacement, Hierro, has had little time to work with the team. Understandably, the former Real Madrid skipper sought to keep the ship afloat by sustaining what Lopetegui built. But there is a sense that he is growing into the role. Hierro's decision to introduce Iago Aspas for Diego Costa against Morocco proved fruitful as the Celta Vigo striker equalized in added time. However, Russia would have been encouraged by Spain's defensive issues. Before the defeat to Uruguay dampened the mood, Cherchesov's men were earning wide praise for their ability to overwhelm opponents with intensity. In the group stage, no side recovered possession in the opposition half more than Russia, 41 times. However, the hosts would be concerned about their low shot count from open play. In that respect, Russia stood only 27th on the list of 32 teams. As possession will be at a premium against Spain, it will be imperative for the Russian players to make the most of whatever little opportunity they get. Perhaps the familiarity of Villarreal's Stanislav Cherchesov with Spanish football will help. The winger has lived in Spain since he was 5 and he was trained by Real Madrid during his time in youth football. However, Cherchesov and his teammates will already know that they are likely to be involved in an encounter which will demand utmost concentration, as Spain's ceaseless circulation of the ball will ask the toughest questions that Russia have faced till now. But optimists in the hosts' camp will point to the doubts which surrounded this team before the World Cup started. Considered to be the worst Russian side in living memory, Cherchesov's players have already shown that they are not mere pushovers. Even if they were to succumb on Sunday to a vastly superior side in Spain, there will be few complaints. In many ways, Cherchesov has already redeemed himself and his players. But that realization may liberate Russia too. Low expectations, after all, have fueled the hosts' charge to the knockouts. If Russia once again feed off the reduced pressure on Sunday, their bond with Luzhniki Stadium will receive a few more layers of cement. Click here for full coverage of FIFA World Cup 2018. Click here to view the full schedule of FIFA World Cup 2018. Click here to view the points table of FIFA World Cup 2018. Updated date, July 1, 2018, 11:34 a.m.